Good morning. I feel like I'm having my morning coffee at a tropical resort, not a restaurant in Oceanside. We're talking about how the city is trying to revamp its image. Details ahead when CBS News 8 This Morning continues.
Oceanside is stepping up its game, so to speak. The North County city prepping for a brand new food fest in less than a week.
And one of the restaurants you can taste is Master's Kitchen and Cocktail. It blends Oceanside's past, but puts a new twist on the historic stretch of Coast Highway. Ashley Jacobs is live in Oceanside this morning. Ashley, it looks like this tropical oasis behind you.
I had to take a sip of my coffee. Our producer asked if I was really just holding an empty cup as a prop. So yes, there is coffee in here this morning, no props. And Nichelle and Dan, this place is awesome. They serve up more than food. There's a love story that goes with this restaurant, and we're going to tell you all about it. But first, let's talk about Oceanside as a whole. I want to introduce you to Leslie with Visit Oceanside. Tell us how the city is growing and expanding in a new light than its past.
Yeah, thanks for being here this morning. This is an exciting time in Oceanside. There's so much going on, especially in the food and wine scene and craft breweries. We have a dozen craft breweries and tap houses and fine dining, such as Masters. Masters kind of epitomizes what's going on. It's really been a grassroots effort in Oceanside. A lot of young people have come back to the area, invested back into the city, reinventing some of the old buildings with character and putting in quality restaurants with fresh foods and handcrafted ingredients, and really a neat time.
Yeah, some of my coworkers, I was telling them that we were coming up here to do this story in North County, and they say, oh, my parents live up there. Every time I go back, it seems like there's a new restaurant to check out. So it's really growing at a fast pace, too.
It is growing. Like I say, we have over a dozen new ones, and we have a couple more coming down in the pipeline that should be open by the end of the year.
All right, and a brand new food fest very soon. Tell us about that.
Yes, Feast is coming up next week, July 15th at the Mission San Luis Rey. That's the largest of the California missions. It's going to feature a lot of these restaurants throughout the city, including Masters and some of our other gastropubs and breweries that are in town. So it's going to be a great event, lots of fun, beautiful historic surroundings and gardens.
All right, and a lot of unique decor here, as you mentioned. You just saw the bar made out of rocks by hand, by the owner, I should say. So you really put in elbow grease when it comes to building your restaurant, Ryan. And that's just one example of how you've created a unique vibe without giving up the original structure. Tell us the story behind Masters.
Well, you know, the original building was built in 1938, and it was Masters Automotive and Machine Shop. And so we try to keep the original beautiful building here. So the ceiling, the walls, the floors, all original to the building. All we did was clean it up and put some clear coat on it. It was awesome, and it really came out well. A little bit of a labor of love, but it definitely shows in the building. I'm really excited about it.
And I love that you mentioned the word love, because there's a great story about your first customers. Tell us about the first people to dine here.
That's Dick and Nancy. Dick was a machine shop worker here when it was Masters, and Nancy was the counter girl. And they met here in the building, and then Dick ended up proposing to her here in the building, and now I believe this week is their 57th anniversary, which is really awesome. And so when they came in the first time, it was their 56th anniversary, and they were just really blown away about by what we did to the building. And they were Oceanside locals. It's great. You know, it was a really cute, they're a really nice couple too, and they come in all the time.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much. So 1 year anniversary coming up for Masters, and there's going to be some deals for you to snag some great appetizers and try some new dishes. And see this guy working hard back here? Coming up, we're going to show you some food. We're at a restaurant. Why wouldn't we whip something up for you, Nichelle and Dan? So wait till you see what he's going to make for us in the next hour. We'll send it back to you.
Love it. Love the place and love the love story about the place. So, boom.
Whole lot of love.
Whole lot of love at Masters in Oceanside. All right, Ashley. Thank you.
Opening doors to a new era for Oceanside. We're going to talk all about the dining scene and an upcoming event to benefit our military when CBS News 8 This Morning continues.
Oceanside is stepping up its game, so to speak. The North County city is preparing for a new food fest in about a week.
Plus, the Star Theater in downtown Oceanside recently unveiled a new marquee. CBS News 8's Ashley Jacobs is live in Oceanside right now. So tell us how the city is kind of preserving the past, but also paving a way for the future here, I guess. Ashley.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like they've really found the recipe for success, and they're attracting a new breed of tourists. We're going to talk all about it with Leslie from Visit Oceanside. The dining scene really stepping up. The new craze, elevated dining happening in downtown Oceanside. Tell us about the changes.
Yes, it's been really exciting, especially along Coast Highway. We have over a dozen of new restaurants, gastropubs, fine dining experiences, craft breweries, and tap rooms. So it's a really exciting time.
And there's an upcoming new food fest where people can sample all the food they want, and you're kind of combining it with a new form of tourism. How does this all come together?
Right, we have feasts coming up next week on July 15th at the Mission San Luis Rey, so it's a great opportunity to get a true taste of Oceanside. Some of the authentic seasonal type food will be present there, along with some of the breweries. We're also looking to tie it into agritourism. We have a beautiful agricultural area, Morro Hills and Oceanside, so we want to create synergy between the farmers in our area, our local farmers, to our restaurants who are really focusing on seasonal food and organic type food.
All right, great. And you mentioned the word synergy, and Masters Kitchen and Cocktail is a great example of that. Ryan, you're the owner here, and you've really managed to preserve the past. I mean, just check out this building. You've restored parts of it, but kept a lot of the original structure for a unique experience that also ties into your food. How do you describe the vibe of your place?
You know, we try to be hip. And then our food is very seasonal, so constantly changing the menu. We just came out with our new summer menu.
Great.
Amazing. And Chef Gallo over here, he is a champ in the kitchen.
All right.
I don't know what I would do without him.
He spoils me with his compliments, but
yeah,
we try to be from scratch in our restaurant and make everything in-house, and seasonality is really a strong approach. So what I'm making for you today is a little seasonal summer dessert of fresh macerated strawberries with puffed farro, a little whipped cream, and some basil. A very easy summertime dessert.
All right, sounds so fancy. So before we run out of time, really quickly, you're coming up on your 1-year anniversary, but instead of making it all about you, you're making it about the Wingman Foundation, which benefits military families. Explain why you're drawn to this and how people can help.
Well, I'm a local Oceanside guy. We're very much a military town, and I think we really should support our military. You know, they do so much for us. So I got tied up with the Wingman Foundation, so we're going to be doing a raffle. We're going to have a special cocktail for the evening called the Wingman Cocktail, and for all the money for the cocktail and all the money from the raffle will go to the Wingman Foundation, and hopefully we can raise some money for them and for the families of their fallen soldiers, and the transition into a civilian life.
All right, thank you so much, and all those proceeds going to the Wingman Foundation. Dan and Nichelle, a true reporter never outgrows macaroni. I don't care how old I get with age.
Nice.
Look at this macaroni. I'm gonna
mac and cheese.
Fancy macaroni for adults.
Reporter involvement. That's really all it is. It's
that's what it is. That looks good. And and on a side note, you've been sending me pictures. Playing with my emotions.
Yes.
While you're over there.
I have. I've been sending Nichelle pictures of all this food and the coffee, everything. So we'll send it back to you, and I'm going to keep eating my mac and cheese. Bye.
We're not jealous. Don't worry.
No.
It's fine. We're fine with it.